I'm Marty Moore, owner and driver of the Hemi Express Wheel Standard. Welcome to my hot rod garage. Okay guys, there it is. 85 pounds. So, cranks back in, everything's spinning free. We plastic gauge, so we should have oil clearance. The end play on this crank seems to be acceptable. So the next thing we'll do is we'll put some, we'll throw a rod in here and we'll check just a few of them with our plastic gauge to make sure they're right. And if they're right, we'll just go ahead and put it back together. Next. Alright guys, see this right here? This is it. This is what I want right here. This little piece of plastic gauge. And what we're going to do, we're going to lay it right here on the crank. Try to film this. I tried it on the crank and I got the light over here and that didn't work out so good. You couldn't see it. So I'm hoping that you can see. Yeah, see it right there? See the little piece of plastic gauge I laid there? So then what we're going to do now, let me get Sticks McGee here. What I'm going to do now is put my cap back on here. Put my cap on there. Then torque these down. It says for regular ones 45, for heavy duty 50 to 55. So I think I'll go 50. Just right in the middle. Let's see what that does. If we can get our cap back off there. Okay. Now, I don't want to get the light in here because I done that before and it didn't work out. But you see what we got here now? So see, this smushes this out. And then I mark this. One side's millimeters and one side's inches. So here's red. The red side I marked it. So then I want about, I'm a little over, there's 003, the small one, 002, I'm probably not quite that, 0015, I'm probably right, a little over the 002, which is fine. That's about, and like I say guys, if this was a motor that I was doing for somebody, I would check every one of these, but I'm not. On this motor, I'm just going to make sure. I just wanted to do this kind of randomly to make sure that, you know, that somebody done their job doing this. I'm gonna try to get my camera set back up here. So, and then what I want to do now is I'll take this piston back out, make sure that this is, get this all cleaned off the crank. Get it all cleaned off the crank. Where's my handy dandy little tool? I like these little tools. Keeps me from banging the I spoke too soon, didn't I? There we are. And I didn't break a ring. What do you think of that? I said to myself, Sel, how'd you do? Not too bad. All right, so there we checked it with the plastic gauge. You can see how that worked out. And now we'll just set up and start putting the pistons in it. My little 4320. It's standard bore on a 440. So the notch. I line my rings up here, my ring gaps. You stagger your gaps so they're not all the same. Then the notch on your piston goes to the front. All right, we're getting ready to put the cam in this thing. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a hold of my Lucas. This stuff, guys, this is the grease. I use this on the lobes of the cam. Just on the lobes, not on the bearing surface. So we'll lube this up good. The assembly lube is what I want to put on these journals. It's pretty clean. Say, guys, I'm a big fan of this Lucas. This is the journal here that oils. And then get here, you can see where I've already previously put the lube on these cam bearings in here. See in there, I got it all back through there. Tried to do them before I put the crank in where I could get to them. And here's the 4-guys cam installation tool. You guys don't laugh at me here, okay? you say, poor people got poor ways. But it works. It works. We're going to be as easy as we can going back through there. These cam bearings, guys, are tapered as you go back through there. Okay, and we want to make sure that that spins in there just like it's supposed to. Ah. Okay. So that puts the cam in there. And then we'll throw the timing chain on. Get my cam installation tool off here. All right, we'll put this timing chain on. Guys, I put a little paint on here. I'm gonna try to show you. See on your timing chain here? Timing chain, timing gear. What this is, some people question. See, you've got two marks here. See this, when they say dot to dot, I put red paint on there because that's what I had. See this dot here, but then this dot is what you want to line up with. See, this is a cheap timing chain set. They either got plus or minus 4 degrees here on these. But see, you got a mark here and a mark here. This is what lines up. So when I go to put this on, I want this, I'm up on top dead center, which I didn't degree it or anything because I ain't building a race motor. So I don't want the keyway like this. I want to put this on, and see, you can see that keyway's kind of like on a 45. So I want to put this on just like this, with this, I don't know why that's got a little burr or something on it right there. I don't want to. Once it goes past that, it's fine. I don't know why. There it goes. So see, that is not, it's not quite straight up. Let me, forgive me guys, I'm by myself here again, so. Let me put the nut on here. Said to myself, let's crank that till that's just about straight up. See that red dot? Right there. See there, we're up pretty good. And then see this, see the mark on here? Right here is where we're going to, see the white mark? So we want this just about, see where it's lined up there now? Just about straight up. So right there is about where we want that. So let me take the camera now and give it to Sticks McGee so he can hold it while I'm doing this. And you can see what I'm doing. Here you go, old Sticks. You hold the camera for me. This guy, me and him, sometimes we get along and sometimes we don't, but he don't mouth off like some of the other guys do that is trying to help me. at old Sticks McGee holding the camera for us. So now I'll take my timing chain set. Like I say, this is a double roller. It's not the best in the world, but it's not the worst either. Maybe. And we'll put this on, and then what I'm trying to do is line this dot up with this right here. So I think that's where we want to be, right there. There we go. There we go. See where we're lined up right there. And then our dot, we're dot to dot now. What's that torque at? I don't know, I have to look it up. But see there, see our dot right there, guys? Let's see if I can zoom in for you. See now here, our dot to dot here. So that should put us in time. That should put us in time. So now, put our take this back up, take the nut back off. And put our oil slinger on there. Put our oil slinger on there. All right, getting ready to put some gaskets on, get this thing put together. Guys, so you don't think I'm a complete moron, when you see me using grease, I'm not using grease. See what I'm using here? This is this Lucas Oil assembly grease. Assembly grease. This stuff is designed for use on cams and lifters, also recommended for distributor gears. Dissolves completely in oil. See that? So don't think I'm putting grease on this stuff. Excuse me. Like I say, I'm a big fan of this Lucas stuff. I love Lucas products. They sponsor racing, and I just love them. So, all right, we're getting ready to put some RTB, just a very thin coating, very thin coating, just enough to stick the gaskets up. All right, guys, we're getting ready to put the fuel pump on here now. What I want to do, turn the motor up here. You don't want to forget to put your rod in here. You don't want to forget to put your fuel rod in here. That looks like where it's been running on the cam. And what I want to do is put a little of my assembly grease on here. Like I say, just a little bit, to coat it. And this always helps too if you're putting it in the car to stick up in the hole. There we go. Okay. Alright, that should be good for that. Alright, we'll make sure our rod's in there. See it in there? Okay. Then, get Sticks McGee here to hold this for me. Take our fuel pump. Put a little grease there on the end. See if we can get some bolts in here to start. This is kind of tight quarters in here, guys, but we'll make sure that we're in under our, see there? That's what we want. Sorry about this, guys, but guys, you know what? That's binding. That's binding. I'm going to take some off the side of that fuel pump. Let me try to show you what I'm talking about here. Let me get a light. See right here? See right there? That is hitting the block right there. And that is twisting that fuel pump when it goes in there. So you know what I'm going to do? I said to myself, I'm going to take some off that. It'll only take me a minute to do it. And then it'll be right. Then it'll be right. I don't know why it would be hitting there, but it is, so we'll fix it. Yeah, you can see when that goes down in there, it's, see right here on the side? It is hitting right there. So we're going to take that off there. You don't mind, do you? Somebody's calling me. I guess if it's important, they'll call back, won't they? And just like that. Now I don't think we'll hit, so we'll try it again. Let's put a little grease on her here. Put a little grease on her, that thing. That's acting better. That's acting better, guys. It's acting better. Let's make sure now that we're in here where we need to be. I can't hold the light and hold the camera. Yeah. See where her arm is now? There it is. Okay. So that's where that needs to be. So now we can go ahead and snug this up. Yeah, see where that thing was hitting, was just wanting to caught that when it come down, and it wasn't setting just right. But now it is. Mm-hmm. Try to hold this. See guys, right there. Right down in there is where that was hitting. I had to take the side off that. And it got better. And see there, we're on a rod, and we got the rod in there. Now we can go ahead. Now we can go ahead and put the plug in. Your plug goes right here. Put that plug in there. And then that does that. And just like that, the fuel pump was on. Alright, now let's come over here and put the oil pump on. Want to make sure that the surface is good and clean, which we got it. We got it good and clean. Take my gasket here. You guys seen that one that I took off, where they had this stuff on and it was all smushed out everywhere? Don't do that, guys. You close that up. See, just enough. The gasket's probably enough to do that. I just put enough on there just to make it sticky. Just to stick that. Now let's take our oil pump. I'm on the wrong side of the camera. Hang on. Like I say, guys, I'm a big fan of the Lucas. Let me put a little of this Beaner slider on there. See what I'm doing here? Just a little of that on there. And then we'll put that right on there, just like we know what we're doing. Just like we know what we're doing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35. 35. Okay. Now we can stand it up. Now we can stand it up and put the cover on. Put the front cover on now that we got everything in here. Like I say, we got just enough of that to stick. Got our oil slinger on there. See, we got our oil slinger on here. Got the cam bolt tightened up. So let's go ahead. This is all cleaned up. You know what? Let me get a little Lucas to put on this seal right here. It's easy to get to. Big fan of the Lucas, guys. Maybe someday they'll be watching this and they'll go, you know what, we need to sponsor that. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? But until then, I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing. So we got dowel pins here. See them here and here? So we'll put that on the dowel pins, line it up. There we are. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. These bolts are different size. So we'll get them on. Two top ones were shorter and I didn't have any shorter bolts. Guys, I think that's good. I think that's good on that. Now then, you see our gasket, see how it ain't squishing that stuff out? I like that. I like that more better, don't you? I like that more better. Now, we can put this water pump on there and see how that works out for us. How do you think it'll go, guys? Guys, what I done too was I got a pipe tap because I didn't have any pipe taps. I went yesterday and bought some pipe taps and ran through all these, the 3/8, the half, and the 1/8 over here. Guys, I know everybody's got their own way of doing stuff, so let me show you my way. This here, getting ready to here, to goop these gaskets up and put them on. What I always like to do is in the housing, I like to goop this and then put my thermostat in there, get it set down there, then put my gasket on. That's just the way I like to do it. I tore this motor apart, guys, and it had a new water pump. I wouldn't have had to buy one, but I went ahead and bought one anyways. And I bought a Tough Stuff high volume. which the only difference I think in the high volume, it's got this back plate on it here. See where the other ones don't? I mean, the impellers, there's not any more impellers or anything, but I think because of the back plate, it will move more coolant. So, like I say, this one's probably fine, but I bought a new one, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. All right. How about that? Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Wrong wrench. Wrong wrench. Now let's get our brand spanky new high volume. Oh yeah, I said it, high volume water pump. Yep. Tough stuff. See that? See how I just threw that right down? I was just testing you guys to see if you're paying attention to what's going on here. Look at that, look at that. That one started, oh no, my weep hole's at the top. Idiot! Idiot! See what I almost done? Did you see? See my weep hole? I almost put it at the top. Doing this, try not to get this stuff on me. And you see how that worked out, don't you? You see how that worked out for me? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a little trick here that I learned years ago. Listen to me. Hear me now. Listen to me later. You know how this stuff always dries up on you? It dries up on you all the time. Listen, what you can do is you can take this, squeeze it from the bottom like this, put the cap on real tight, take a rubber glove, put this inside the rubber glove, and then put a tie wrap on the rubber glove. Then you know what you do? Throw it away! Just throw it away because it's going to be dried out the next time you go to use it anyways. So just throw it away. And just like that, she's buttoned back up. What do we got to do now? We got to put the damper back on the front. We can put the, like I say, I got a pipe tap and ran through there. These are 3/8, this is 1/2 inch. This one's 1/8 inch over here, but it's all MPT pipe thread stuff. So I have to get my orange paint out and paint this to match. Beat it to fit, paint it to match. That's what we always used to say. Put the damper back on there. Make sure my marks are legible here for it. All right, we're buttoning the front of this thing up. About all we got left to do, I put the harmonic balancer on there, guys, and it torques at 135. So, these Milwaukee guns, guys, they got the kahunas. I got my torque stick on here. for 130. So we'll see right there. I want to look at that and see how close I am to. Should be coming up. It should be about. There she is, guys. Just about perfect. I think that's the exhaust stroke though. I think this will be the intake. Right there. Okay, there that is on there. Everything looks good. So tomorrow we'll maybe, I don't know, I want to get the pan on it, get it buttoned up so I can dump a little oil in there, and then I can set the lifters down in there and then put the heads on. She's going. Getting ready to put the oil pan on here. Guys, pay attention to little stuff like this here. See if you can see that. See that where it pushed my gasket? Where that's sticking up just a little bit. So that might be a potential leak. So you just take your razor like this and just shave that off. This one was sticking up too. See what I'm saying? Just to make sure that it's not sticking up there. Just pay attention. It just takes time. All right, we're getting ready to put the oil pan on this thing. I just put my pickup tube on here. See where I screwed that in there. And guys, here's something I've always done, especially if you're dealing with mismatched parts like I do so often, because I'm cheap. I always like to take something straight, put it across your block, and then measure it at the bottom of your pickup here. So I'm about 4 1/4 inches to the bottom of my pickup right there. So then you want to come over here to your pan, because you don't know, like I say, mismatched parts. So the bottom of my pan is a 5-inch pan. So my pickup, 4 1/4, I'm going to be roughly 3/4 of an inch off the bottom of that pan, which is good. I just want to make sure, you know, lots of times if you get that too close, that thing's right down on the bottom and you can't get enough suction. So just pay attention to stuff like that. All right, I'm getting ready to put my lifters down in there. You guys see me rebuild the lifters. I've had them soaking here in oil, and I honed those out because those were tight. And guys, I don't put anything in here like the assembly lube or grease. I don't want anything but oil in there. So let's go ahead and set them down in there. See how they feel. Want to? Say sure. Say sure, Marty. That'll be great. I'll probably wind up spilling this all over everything. Now I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to get a little of my grease. You guys hear me preach about my Lucas all the time. Like I say, this is the assembly grease. Okay, it's not regular grease, it's used for assembly. What I want to do now, I don't want to get that on the sides, but get it on the ends of those lifters. Saying this guy, I don't know how he does stuff. You might think I'm an idiot. I couldn't say that I could disagree with you, but I got a way of doing stuff, and some people might say, well, that's a good idea, and other guys might say, what an idiot for doing that. I want to make sure all those lifters, the guys at these lifters, that they won't spin when you first fire this thing up, you're in trouble. So I want to make sure that they're all really free in there. Okay. Self, make sure that all those spin free in there. I knew it was me because I recognized my voice when I said it. You see where this is going? Right here. Right here is where that go, and I want that slot, parallel with the motor. Okay, just like that. Actually, you'll set this a little bit canted like that. So that's what we're going to shoot for. How about that? All right. See if we can get her drop down in there. Allow for it to, the rotation. Well, actually, I wanted to get this. I turned the motor. Idiot! I turned the motor. And I forgot I did. So let me crank this back around. Drop her down in there. Let's try this one. There it went. See how when it rotates around? And I think back it up one, it's going to be too much. See how that's kind of, if that's in time, that should just be about parallel with the, yep, down just a little bit. See where we're at there now? That's where we want it. All right, I'm getting ready to set the heads on this thing. Here I got new gaskets. I probably could use the old gaskets, but I don't know. And I've got these, so I'll go ahead and put them on. So let's set these heads down on there. Guys, I hate to use these heads, I really do, but you know, this is a lot of work just to get back to where I was, but at least now I know what I got, and it's as good as I can make it. I mean, it is what it is, so it is what it is. So we'll put the thing together. We'll see it together, and if it blows, it blows. If it don't blow, then it don't. Put them gaskets on there. How's that? How's that? Get these pins to line up. I'll be good to go. Guys, when you get older, these heads are so much heavier than they used to be. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. There's one. Why ain't that going right? You know what? Maybe let me try this. Look at that. Look at that. That made a difference. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a couple of these in to keep from falling off, okay? Now I'll take it back out, lube them, and I'm putting them in there. All right? Deal? Deal? Say sure, buddy, that's fine. Say sure, that's fine. Alright, that one's on. Now let's see if this one fits better on this side. Oi! Oi! Look at that, guys. Look at that. Way more better. Way more better. Just in case I bump this and it will fall off. All right, that'll hold it on there. That'll hold it on there. So what I'll do is I'll get my ARP stuff now. Get my torque sequence. Make sure that you torque them in sequence, okay? That's important. I done this just because it was bigger and I could set it up and see it. I'm over. All right, let's lube these fasteners up. We'll lube these fasteners up and get them in there and start torquing. All right, man, we're going to torque these heads now. What I'm going to do is 70 foot-pounds is what we want. I'm going to take it up in 3 steps. So I follow my torque sequence here. I'm going to start out at 25 pounds. 1. Here's 2. 2.